Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us this morning. I'm Julie Moran.
Good morning. I'm Olga Villaverdi.
Well, it's back to school time for many, but that takes on a whole different connotation for those considering continuing education. And if you thought about going back to school or just completing your university education, we've got easy options that will help you hit the books, and you don't need to go to campus. Can you believe that?
I like that. Plus, we have a leading dermatologist with us today to discuss a skin condition known as psoriasis. We've heard of that, which affects nearly 5 million American men and women.
And The Balancing Act, lots of good info today, starts right now. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a change, feeling like you may be in a rut? Perhaps it's time for you to up your game and return to school. And if you think it's too late for you to hit the books, think again. Our guest is very familiar with higher education opportunities that are flexible. Meet Dr. Kelly Cleveland, a professor at Troy University. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much.
I'm thrilled you're here because, you know, there are many days that I think to myself, you know, the college days were so long ago. Do I still have it in me? And I really, really, really do want to get my master's.
You can do it.
Really?
Anybody can do it. You can definitely do it as long as you have good, encouraging support and you choose the right environment. College is completely different than it was 20 years ago, 25 years ago, even 15 years ago. You don't have to go into the traditional classroom setting anymore. There's so many different flexible options that will fit your schedule.
And you're living proof, too.
I am living proof. I did it. I went back for my master's and my doctoral degree with a family, with children, and a full-time job.
Oh my gosh, and a full-time job.
And a full-time job.
And
so
you
can do it.
You
can do it. You can do anything that you set your mind to.
And let's talk about really what it adds on. Not just, for me, it would be just what a satisfaction to get my master's.
Right.
But I actually think, you know, it really does end up bringing you more dollars.
It does. It absolutely does. Studies have shown that those with a college degree earn more money than those without. And not only that, it just changes your life, and it can change your family's life as well.
And let's talk about the flexibility. How would it work for someone like me or a mom out there that says, okay, I'm like Olga, I've got all these things going on. How does it work?
Right. This is no longer your mom and dad's university or college career. You don't have to go 5 days a week and sit in 3 hours of classes anymore.
That's what I did.
I did too. I did too originally, but now with people working, more people wanting to go back to school and better themselves, there's so many different options, so many different schedules that can fit everybody's personal needs. Classes are now offered on the weekends, at night, and the best thing is online. Okay. Online delivery is the way to go, especially for a working mother.
It is a change in terms of going to the actual campus as opposed to online, because, you know, I'm not used to it, but you do it and you
It's definitely doable, and you get used to it. I was more of the traditional student. I wanted to go to class, see my professor, and be able to interact. But after a few months of my first online class, I realized you cannot beat this. I was at home on my own time.
With a baby?
With a baby. I put my baby to bed. I did my classwork. I could get up early in the morning, do my coursework. It was just, it's actually phenomenal. It really is.
And you got your master's in how much time?
3 years for my master's, because I went part-time for a little while.
That's what I would
and then finished it out full-time. My doctoral degree, though, 2 years, straight through.
You go, girl. You're based in Alabama, if I'm correct.
Right.
But you have campuses all over the country.
We do. We do. We have 4 campuses in the state of Alabama, but we have campuses throughout 7 other states. And our online delivery format,
the best,
called eTroy, it is, again, phenomenal. I mean, it's the best word I can think of to describe it. Is phenomenal.
Now, you also have for international students, I understand, which is so important, because even my cousins in Mexico are always telling me they want to study.
Absolutely. We have a huge international focus. We have at least 65 other countries that are represented.
Oh, wow.
And Troy, through Through on campus, but also global partnerships with other countries. So we have a real, true international focus.
And I was reading the brochure earlier before we started talking about this fabulous opportunity. I just love their motto, and I know you know it by heart. I just have to read it. Educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, the body to act. Fabulous.
It is. It really is. And as a nurse, I honestly take that personally. I'm also a faculty member with Troy, and I think I can speak for every other faculty member. That's not just a motto. That's how we truly teach our students. We want them not only to get a degree from Troy and go out and earn a paycheck, we want them to have something that they can be passionate about and truly make a difference not only in their lives, but in other people's lives as well.
And I do have to clarify that I changed my dress before we started the segment because I realized I had your colors.
Yes, perfect.
And I really wanted to match.
Thank you so much. It looks great. And we have a gift for you, actually.
Oh.
A t-shirt, so you can have it and actually show your Trojan warrior spirit.
I'm telling you, you have so convinced me, so much so that she was actually kind enough to give our crew shirts as well. So I've convinced everybody here to give it a whirl and go back to school with me. Great idea.
Thank you
so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited. And for more information on how you can balance work and family while continuing your education, visit our website, thebalancingact.com, thebalancingact.com. And like she said, it can be done. You are a testament to that.
Well, our next guest is a motivational speaker and author who encourages her readers to be, quote, the artist of their lives. I love that. Kristen Mackey's most recent book, You Can, You Will, You Did, is changing lives. Welcome, Kristen. Good to see you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Love the title of the book, and it's been described as kind of a witty way of transforming one's life. A must read. Tell me more.
Absolutely. One of the things I wanted to do is to create a book that wasn't like your classic self-help book. And I wanted it to help people to move through change. And whether that change was, oh, they wanted to refresh their life, or a career change, or maybe even going through a divorce, I wanted them to have a sort of safe place to move through that process and address sensitive, serious issues, but in a really playful way.
I think that's great because sometimes self-help can be a little preachy. And I know sometimes people don't relate to that as much as they do to a way that's a little bit more understandable and relatable. And I know you've spoken to, what, about 18,000 people in your career. Share some of the treasured transformational messages in the book and talk a little bit more, if you would, about how, as you put it, you can manage your particle. It's called Managing Your Particles.
Yes.
What are our particles?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, one of the things that resonates most with the readers is that if we make small changes, we can see large transformation, those little steps that we take. And so that's really what's behind the idea of Manage Your Particles, because when you want to make a lot of change, you have to go deep. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your beliefs? And so when you're managing your particles, what are your particles doing? What are someone else's particles doing? And that gives you an opportunity to make positive change in an easier way.
And you have to start with being honest with yourself.
You're absolutely right. Being authentic.
You are also an illustrator. Can you describe how this kind of adds another layer to the process for you?
Sure. Oftentimes in my workshops, I would come up with an idea and I would find myself running over to the flip chart and sketching out a cartoon. And when I did that, I realized that the cartoons really help the person understand the concept, helps them really, go a little deeper and explain sometimes complicated topics. So I thought it would be a neat thing to add to the book.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
As we enter this new year, and you hear people always making New Year's resolutions and things like that, how can a man or a woman kind of find their own blueprint for life, regardless of their circumstance or even self-imposed limitations? And I say self-imposed because we tend to limit ourselves a lot.
Absolutely. I always share with my group this, is that if you set an intention and you're clear about that intention, you have a plan, and then you start small for that macro transformation, you will see a lot of change. But then, of course, you don't forget to manage your particles.
Absolutely. Manage your particles. I'm never going to forget that expression. Where can we find your book?
You can find it on my website and also on Amazon.com.
Well, Kristen, thank you so much. much.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Terrific information and continued success to you.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to find out more about Kristen Mackey's book, you can, you will, you did, visit her at KristenMackey.com. That's Kristen, KristenMackey.com. And of course, visit us on Facebook at Balancing Act Fans. Care to share? It's the social thing to do.
Psoriasis is a lifelong chronic skin condition that affects nearly 7.5 million Americans. 80% of these patients have chronic plaque psoriasis. Living with and managing plaque psoriasis can be a tremendous burden on one's life. With us this morning to discuss this debilitating disease and what can be done topically to help manage psoriasis is Dr. Rebecca Smith, a board-certified dermatologist in both dermatology and pediatric dermatology. She's also based in Fort Mill, South Carolina, and was voted by Charlotte Magazine as one of the top doctors in the Charlotte metropolitan area. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
You must have been so honored.
Absolutely.
Wow, obviously you work very, very hard to earn that.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk about psoriasis, more specifically plaque psoriasis. Tell me about this condition and what it is.
Psoriasis is a chronic inflammatory skin disease that often affects, it'll show up on the elbows and the knees. It's pink to red plaques. They're often pretty thick. They have some silvery scale. It can be very visible. It can cause a lot of frustration and a lot of embarrassment to patients. It can actually be anywhere on the body. It can be really flaky on the scalp. It can cover the lower back, the buttocks. It can even affect the nails. So if you have a rash or some sort of skin disease that doesn't go away, consult your dermatologist to make sure that you get the right diagnosis so you can get the right treatment. The National Psoriasis Foundation has categorized different types of psoriasis, and plaque psoriasis is the most common type.
Is it more in males, females, both?
Actually in both.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's hereditary?
It is hereditary. It is not contagious. It's hereditary and environmental.
So for people who suffer from plaque psoriasis, what are some of the concerns they have to manage this condition? Because obviously there's no cure.
Right, there's no cure. So what we want is we want some education and communication. So the most important thing is to make an appointment with your dermatologist. You need a game plan. You need a disease management strategy. You need to make sure that you get the right treatment for your type of disease. Depending on the extent and severity of your disease, you just may need a topical. But if you have moderate to severe disease, you actually might need a systemic, an oral medication, or some light therapy, some UV light therapy called phototherapy, or you might even need a biologic, an injectable protein to help manage your disease.
So obviously it's not the same for everybody.
Absolutely not the same for everybody. Every case is individual.
Doctor, what are some available treatment options today?
Well, today we're going to focus on topical therapies.
Okay.
And there's lots of different topical therapies. First and foremost, the most common one is a topical steroid. So topical steroids work by decreasing inflammation, by helping with the itch, with the thickness of the plaque. It'll take the redness away. So topical steroids help with inflammation and making the symptoms better. There's creams, there's ointments, there's gels, there's sprays. Many of the patients prefer the spray formulations because often with psoriasis, it's a large body surface area.
And to cover it all.
Yeah, to make it easy, to make it quick, to make it convenient. They want something that's not going to make their clothes messy. So sprays will often rub in and absorb very easily.
Is that what we have here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk about this.
What we have is Topicort, which is a super potent class 1 topical steroid. It's FDA approved for plaque psoriasis in patients 18 and older.
Okay.
What it does is it decreases the inflammation of the skin, and in the clinical trials, one of the most important points with Topicort is that there was no stinging and burning, even on the excoriated plaques.
Which makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
I know you have an example of a patient, I believe he's 35 years old, and he used it. Tell me what we're seeing here.
Yes, ma'am. So this is a baseline. This patient's had psoriasis for 10 years. Oh. This is a baseline photo. And
that looks painful.
It can be very painful, very itchy. So after he's applied it twice a day for 2 weeks, that's the middle photo, and then twice a day for 4 weeks. So you can see it's not cured, but it's significantly better.
Difference.
One of my patients was actually at a swimming pool one time, and he was asked to leave the swimming pool because people there thought he had some contagious disease.
You're kidding. And what about the safety aspect when it comes to applying the spray? Because, you know, I mean, listen, if you tell me it's going to work, I say great, but a lot of people are always concerned. Safety.
The connotation of steroids sometimes is very daunting, but if used as directed by your physician and used for no longer than your physician directs, then they can be quite safe and effective. Topicort is FDA approved age 18 and older for chronic plaque psoriasis, and what you need to do is, again, consult your physician. Make sure that you're on the right medicine for your type of disease.
Are there resources for people out there that may be suffering from plaque psoriasis? Because a lot of people always want to learn more, families even that are suffering through it with their loved ones.
Absolutely. One of my favorite resources is called the National Psoriasis Foundation. It's a nonprofit. You can join it as a patient, you can join it as a provider. They provide lots of information such as pamphlets and booklets. There's lots of information online about various treatment options. And one of the other wonderful resources for medications like Topicort is that there's copay cards. So the copay cards make it free for patients who are insured to receive the medication.
And again, huge in terms of making that difference, because from the photo you showed me, again, no cure, but what a difference for that gentleman.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations again on the honor. Really proud.
My pleasure.
And of course, if you'd like more information on this topic today or any kind of information on plaque psoriasis, just visit us at thebalancingact.com. That's thebalancingact.com.
Topicort topical spray, 0.25%, is a prescription medicine used to treat plaque psoriasis in adults 18 years of age and older. Topicort topical spray has not been studied in children under 18 years of age. Use in children under 18 is not recommended. Topicort spray should be used for the shortest amount of time needed to treat psoriasis. Tell your doctor if your condition has not improved. You should not use Topicort spray for longer than 4 weeks. When using Topicort spray, you should not bandage, cover, or wrap the treated skin area. Topicort spray can pass through your skin. Too much Topicort spray passing through your skin can affect the function of your adrenal glands. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for adrenal gland problems. Adrenal gland function typically returns to normal after stopping treatment with a corticosteroid. The most common side effects of Topicort spray include dryness, irritation, and itching of skin at the treated site. These are not all the possible side effects of Topicort spray. Tell your doctor if you have any side effects that do not go away.
We are so glad you spent part of your morning with us, and we hope you learned a little something. I know that you did. Remember, we've got lots more on our website, thebalancingact.com.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter, so check us out there anytime. And until the next time, remember to find your balance.
So long, everybody. Have a good one.